Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome back to No Man's Land. So this is the multiplayer survival series, or the survival series because there's only me playing it, where I'm just trying to compete against Chainsaw100 and Daggerwin in their multiplayer survival series. So let's just take to the air and we'll have a quick recap on what we did in the last episode. Right, so the last episode, the big job was the beet harvest, which we actually got all pretty much automated using Courseplay and auto drive, and it worked really well. So we put some sugar into the sugar mill and the rest of it has all gone into the root crop storage, and I just left it running until it was completely filled up, or until it was completely harvested and everything is in the root crop. I think the root crop is nearly maxed out. I think we just and so got everything in there. The oat field here was harvested and the straw is still to pick up on there. I've actually still got to put the oats in storage. The sorghum field is now ready. And the field over there, that was subsoiled and it just needs the stones picked up, and then hopefully we can get it planted. I'm hoping to do some cotton in there, but I think I would also like to do another round of sugar beet maybe. Otherwise it's a bit of a waste keeping that harvester. So we'll have a look. We'll maybe try and do another field. I did want to extend this one as well. We bought the land a bit ago, so I'm going to try and get that done in this episode, but it will need subsoiled and the stones picked, so it's nothing going to get planted in this episode in that field. And we're still waiting on this soybean harvest to come in. So the question is, what do I do with all this sugar beet? And I've been having to think about it. So if we go and have a look, yeah, so here we are. I think this holds 500,000, this storage, and we're on 456,000. So we put 40,000 into the sugar mill, so we would nearly have maxed it out off that field. So what I'm actually thinking is we'll never turn it all into sugar. We could put some in for methane, but I was thinking about getting some pigs, go and have another animal unit over there. So there is, if I look in the construction menu, and in animals, go to pigs. So there is this pig barn here. It's exactly the same as the other ones. So that'll be a nice addition. We could just buy some pigs, get them to full maturity. And looking in the help menu, because I've never done pigs before, so a base is either corn or sorghum. Well, we'll be getting the sorghum today, and then your grains, wheat or barley. We have a little bit of barley, but we could do another wheat field or a barley field. And then soybeans, canola, sunflowers for protein. We've got the soybeans coming probably next month, and root crops, potatoes or sugar beet. Well, we've just got a mountain of that. So I was actually thinking about just putting in another animal pen up there. We get more slurry off it, which we can put into methane. At least I hope we get slurry off it. I don't know what else pigs produce other than sausages. So anyhow, I want to get the combine in, get this sorghum harvested going, and get the stone picker going in that field, and then hopefully we can get it planted, rolled and sprayed in this episode. So we'll just crack on with that. Okay, so here we are in the combine. It is refueled, so we'll just get the header on it and we'll get Courseplay working. I'm recording this before the last episode, so if any of you have put in the comments what my issue was with the Courseplay in the last one when we were trying to do this oat field, obviously I haven't seen those comments yet, so if I have the same issue again, it's not that I'm ignoring you. Right, so fingers crossed for this working. So I create a job. So we're just going to do one headland. We'll start on the headlands, sharp turns, clockwise. Everything's good. Right, so it's worked. Absolutely fantastic. That's what we want. Right, I'll get into the John Deere and the New Holland, get them back, and then we'll get something doing some stone picking. I still need to sort out these stumps here and get this grass painted. Hopefully I can get that done in this episode. I also was thinking about putting down another spinnery. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to put it yet, but I do want to do it because, you know, I just don't think we're feeding the tailor's shop that effectively. So it would be really good if we could just get some more clothes produced. Right, so I think I'll put the stone picker on the New Holland and we'll get that going. I'm not sure what I'm going to unload it into. Ideally I could do with another trailer. The one I bought in the last episode, is it a Flegel? I think it is. You know, the sides are too high on that. And our other one, well, we kind of committed that to manure now and to TMR feed. Which also brings me to a point where someone, I can't remember who it was now, had mentioned about really I should be washing out the trailer after using the manure. So although it doesn't matter in this game, you know, I'm not against the idea of trying to make it more realistic. So the idea would be is I just leave the trailer that I've got now doing the manure and take the Flegel one over to load TMR with. So we could do that and then just buy another trailer for this. Right, so I'm going to use Courseplay for this. We'll create the job. Courseplay field work. This is the field. I already had it. 9.3, I think. Is that right? Yeah, so we only want one tool this time. We can do 2 headlands, sharp corners, clockwise. So I might just jump into John Deere now, and I'll set that off in the beet field, subsoiling that. So it's quite a big job for one tractor to do, but as I say, I'm not going to get anything done with it in this episode other than subsoiled. So there's no real rush to get it done. One tractor can quite easily manage it. So one tool for, I'll do a few headlands. Yeah, I think that's okay. We'll start that job and then we'll just get the beet harvester back to the farmyard. Amazing how much fuel this used. It nearly ran out. I mean, it was running for probably the best part of 13 hours. Well, I mean, it did 1.7 hours of game time at time 6, so I'm not sure what that is. 1.5 hours, what would that be? That would be 9 hours of game time. Definitely needs a good wash though. So I think I'll just leave it here, get it refilled. Yeah, it is refilling, just very slowly. Right, so I'll just nip up to the store. We'll have a look at another trailer. I was kind of thinking about this one for the rocks. It looks like it's got fairly low sides, so I think we'll just have that one. And I think we'll just have to use the Deutschfahr to go and get it. Right, so I'm just going to leave this tractor about here. But I'll leave the trailer here. What I might do is I'll just quickly go and get the stump grinder, get rid of those stumps, get the ground texture changed. And then that's that job done. I've also, the roads where I baled all the hay from, I've been and painted those as well off camera, so they're all cut in now. At some point I'll extend the auto drive course to cover all those paths, and then that'll make everything a little bit more efficient. Right, so I don't think there's many tree stumps here, but I do want to get rid of them. So there's one. There's two. Just this last one here. There we go. Right, so that'll be ready for whenever the stone picker needs emptied. I'm just going to jump into the construction menu and get this grass area sorted out. Feels a little bit like I'm losing some field here. And then we'll just stick some meadow grass in. I assume this meadow grass will regrow. Right, so we'll move on to the next job now. So we just need to check on all the animals. Let's get this refilled, or get it filling. It's at 9,000 in there and 600 in here. The TMR mixer, right, that needs some stuff in it. Yeah, so it's pretty much empty of everything. It's got silage hay it needs, so it needs straw and it needs silage. Well, it needs everything really. So straw, let's get 4 straw out. And then we'll get a couple of hay out. And we'll get quite a few silage bales out. How did I miss with that? Knew that would happen. Right, so I'll just try and squeeze these in now, and then we can leave that running for a little while. From what I remember, the animals aren't in desperate need for any food right now. So, Holsteins, they've got water and they've got 22,000 litres of food, but they will get some more eventually. The Angus, yeah. Now people are saying I should put hay into the Anguses, but I'm looking at this here and it's saying that hay is only 80% effectiveness and total extraction is, a TMR is 100%. So I think I might just keep feeding them the TMR. Say they're not using it as fast as the Holsteins, but yeah, it's just easier to use one food really. The chickens, they're all right this month, and so are the sheep, but we do need to move some wool. But I do want to put the wool into another spinnery while I've got quite a big stock of it. Right, so there we go. It is starting to use the bales that we're putting in. Yeah, so it's saying it's completely full of material. So what we'll do is we'll get this manure taken over to the methane plant. It's just over 10,000 litres, not too much. 11,000 now. And I will take some wool over with us as well. Right, so it looks as though the combines are going to need emptied, so I'll do that once I've dropped this lot off. And then no doubt the stone picker is going to need emptied as well, so we'll get that done. Right, so there's the wool put in. Right, so while that tips in, I'll get into the vent and we'll go and empty the combine. So we'll just move this out the way and I'll go and get into the Deutschfahr and we'll get the stone picker emptied. Now just checking on the John Deere there, and it's still on the headland passes. So that's just going to be plugging away nice and slowly. Right, so that's the manure tipped. We'll get back to the animals and we'll look at the next job I need to do. Okay, so I've decided I am going to put this pig enclosure in. So let's just grab it. And I think it works in the same way as all the others. It only costs 30,000, so that's pretty good. Right, it's a little bit shorter in terms of the pen. And I think it's got a slurry fill point down the side, like all the other ones have. So really, I think what I'll do is I'll keep the buildings in line. Let me get it lined up with the cows. It's really hard to see, actually. Oh, that's pretty good. So I'm just going to line the actual buildings up, just so that then I can stick in another auto drive path for the slurry fill. I think about there will do. And then we need to just put a bit of dirt in. So I say I've put these roads in. I might change that now and bring it out over here, because obviously I've got my slurry 2 fill, so I'll have a slurry 3 fill, and then I'll just bring it out and around here. So I'll just do it like that, I think. And maybe I'll just go down the side a little bit. Okay, right, so now I need to get in the tanker and bring some water over. So it is full, but we'll get the pigs filled up first, and then we'll put the rest of the water into the other animals. I will change this water fill point as well for one that'll work with the with this tanker. Someone did say there might be a thing to open it, but you know, if I press N, which is the usual key to open them, and there's nothing happening, and it's not in that F1 list anywhere. Right, so they took quite a bit of water. So let's get the Anguses filled up. Okay, so that's it empty. I'll go and refill it. And I want to use this trailer because I want to get some methane sold. I think our methane production is at capacity. So I need to get that sold, make a bit more money back. Right, so while that refills, I'll go and get this connected up to the other tanker, and we'll go and get some methane sold. Right, so this tanker is full, so we're going to use the auto drive for this. And we want to do pick up and deliver, so we're picking up from the methane fill and we're going to take to the store. And we're doing methane, so you just crack on, lad. Now why was the combine turning round here? That was weird. Right, so it's still going anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put this sorghum into the pigs. Buy some pigs, and then we'll get the rest of it put into the silo, or into the grain factory actually, because we do need some more flour. Alright, so it must have unloaded into the... I never realised that. This thing's nearly full. That's what the combine must have been doing. Just unloading into this trailer. So I don't know how much it's going to take, but we'll see. You can have a trailer load to start with. And what we'll do is we'll go and buy the pigs. I'm not sure which to get, so perhaps we'll just get these. Oh, I like the look of those. They look like a nice pig. So there's 60 of those. So let's buy. That's 13,800. We can have up to 270. So actually, we can have some variety, I suppose. So what we've got 180, so let's do some more of these. And does it say how many I've got of each? Get some more of these. 30, that's all I can have of those. Right, so that's the pigs full. So if we just have a look at the animals now, at our pigs here. So base foods, 50%. Okay, so we'll start working on getting the rest of them in. They need straw as well, so we'll have to go and put some straw in. And that looks as though the combine's just finished. So while that empties, I'm going to head over with this Fent, pick up the oats from the other trailer, and we'll get those put into our silo. I have no idea where the tip point is for this, why it's not doing it. Is it because it's not selected? Ah, it wasn't selected, that's what's going on. So the other thing I want to check as soon as I have time is our honey store here. It looks full. I don't know if it can be, if it can store anything within it, or if I'm actually losing out on honey because I'm not emptying it. So I want to get that checked today. So let's go and get this sorghum now, and we'll put that into the grain mill. So while that is filling, we'll go and empty the stone picker again, because I do want to get this field planted in this episode. You know, cotton takes quite a long time, so I want to get the cotton going as fast as possible. Right, so what I'm actually going to do with this is I'm going to let auto drive go and fill up at the root crop fill, and then I'll get it to take it over to one of the slurry points and let it wait there. So load at the root fill and deliver to where we're going to take it to. If I just take it to slurry fill 2, and we want to pick up sugar beet. Okay, so this class tractor, what we're going to do is we're going to put the last of these silage bales into the methane plant, and then we're going to go and get the cultivator and we're going to mark out that new bit of field. I might just stop the lorry as well now, because I doubt there's much methane to transport. Oh, there's still a bit in there. Silage is running. Manure we can switch on, and we'll probably need to get some sugar beet put in. Alright, so let's just see how it's doing. It's perfect. So I'm going to bring it out quite close, but I'm going to get rid of those small trees eventually. Not sure if I've gone over just quite far enough yet. That might be better. So it looks like there's only one tree going to be in our way. And now I'll just come up to that point and hopefully I've come far enough across. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'll continue going up and down here and just checking on the stone picker and things like that. But I might just go and get in the fent and see how that's doing with the sugar beet. Right, so it's, for some reason, it's just come here and then hasn't gone any further. So let me just stop that. I don't know why it wouldn't go to the... Yeah, I'll just go and do it myself. I think while I'm here, what I might do is just go and put this sugar beet into the methane plant, then pick up another load, take those over to the pigs. Hopefully I can just squeeze in behind these bales. So we'll get that production set off. So I'm guessing the sugar mill's still got plenty. Well, it's only got 13,000, so we will need to put some more in. So I could do that now as well. But I think the idea is that with the auto drive is that I just want to automate that sort of stuff. So I'll probably just leave it to auto drive to do. Right, so I will send this over to the sugar beet fill. So I just want to drive to root fill. And there you go. Right, so the stone picker is full again. I think the way this field's going, once I've cultivated that little section, I'll go and get the planter and we'll get this thing Well, this thing should just be about ready to plant with cotton, so we'll get that done. Right, so I'll just quickly get this done and I'll see you at the end of it. Okay, so that's this field all cultivated now. I've just left that tree there. I'll get it sorted at some convenient time. Whilst I was doing this, I got the root crop sent over to the sugar mill. I've kept unloading the stone picker, and that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do now, I'll take this back and then I'll get the planter on the class and we'll bring it back over and we'll get the cotton put into that field. Right, so this planter just needs a little bit of fertiliser. It's full of everything else. There we go. And this is looking good. I think the stone picker's only got one more pass to do. So that's pretty good timing, really. Right, so I'll just set a course from here and hopefully it will avoid the bit of ground that the stone picker's still working in. So create a job. We'll do, yeah, we only need to do one headland. Sharp corners, so that gets everything. Start the job. Right, I'll have to take over the New Holland. Right, it didn't seem to want to pick up that bit that's been planted, unfortunately. So what I'll do is I'll just bring the Deutz far down to here. So we might have picked up 10,000 litres of stones here, which equates to a full pallet of gold. So I didn't actually check if this field needed lime or anything. I really hope it didn't. No, it doesn't need lime. That's good. Right, so here's the Deutz Fahrt. We'll get it unloaded. Yeah, so it's actually got 10,000 litres in it. So we've got about 12,000 litres in total, which is good. So I'm going to go and get these stones tipped into the gold production. I'm going to come back, remove that tree stump, and then we'll just have a quick look at the state of everything else, see what we need to do next. Right, so the gold production, it's not activated. So we'll probably get 2 pallets of gold that come out of it soon. The manure has processed. Silage is still going. But we don't seem to be filling up on methane. Oh, because it'll be going straight into the tanker. So that's okay. So we've activated that. The cakes are being made. We have to go and check the production there. See if there's any cakes been brought out. In the dairy, I've activated chocolate as well. So we're making chocolate cheese and butter. So the chocolate is... did we get more? Yes, we got more sugar beet in as well. Thought I would just check that. And the best price for chocolate is probably in May. So plenty of time to make that. Yeah, there's our first pallet of gold. Right, I might just come close to here and get these to drop. For some reason they need a tractor to be close to them. Right, I'm going to get rid of that stump and then I'm going to go and check on the honey. That's the next job. Right, so I'm going to use the Massey for the honey pallets. So I think last time I used the forklift, I think it struggled to get right in. There's a bit of a lip on the entrance to the storage thing. So we'll just bring this over. I'm not sure how much of this I can lift in one, so I'm just going to try taking a stack at a time. Oh, it doesn't like it, does it? This is definitely something that giants need to work on. You know, the handling of pallets. So it looks as though there is some honey being stored inside the production or inside the storage point, which is good. I mean, that's really all I was looking to find out. Yeah, they really don't like it. So I can see this being a time lapse in another video. But let me just make a quick job of tidying up here. My God, they're all spilling everywhere. Right, well I'm just going to leave it like that because obviously there's plenty of room for it. So I'll just put this back and then we'll go and have a look at probably the rolling. So I've just moved the trailer over here just to get it out of the way, and here's our cakes, our first lot of cakes. So they look pretty, looks like a wedding cake. And I'll just go and check up at the dairy and see if we've got any chocolate yet. In fact, I'll take the forklift. And we'll move some pallets away from the spawn area. Right, so we'll pick up the cheese first. So it doesn't look like there's any chocolate so far, which is a bit of a shame. I would like to have seen a pallet of chocolate. So I'll just leave those stacked up there, wait for a third one. Right, so now that the area is cleared just to the side of the carpentry shop there, I think I'll put in another spinnery. And just trying to work out, I think that's where we do it, isn't it? Just there. So I think if I just put it here, I don't think there's any... Yeah, I don't think there's anything in the way there. I'll maybe just set it back a little bit actually. There we go. So we need to go and get some more wool. And I think I'll use the Fent, and I'll just take the trailer over, bring them over on that back of that trailer with the bread on it. Alright, so we'll just come out with the Massey again, and we'll just get all these loaded up. Right, there we go. So I'll just put this away and I'll see you over at the new spinnery. Right, so that's a fair old amount of wool just gone in there. So if we just have a quick look at that production, and so 7,500 litres, and we want that to go to distributing. Right, I'm going to go and pick up the roller, and I'm going to set that job off, and then I'll come back for the sprayer and I'll just get that field sprayed, and that'll do us for this episode. Right, so we'll just set a course up here. And we've got one headland, that's the right width, sharp, clockwise. Yep, that'll do. And then I'll go and get that sprayer and we'll just spray around everything. Okay, so the planter has just come to its last end. So I'm going to get that out the way. I've just refilled the sprayer as well. It was only needed about 1,800 litres, so didn't take too long. But now that that's finished, we shall just set a destination. I'm just going to stick it out on the road there. And we'll run round with the sprayer and get this field sprayed. Okay, so this is the last strip of spraying I need to do in this field. The roller's only just got round the first headland, so I'm just going to let that run for the rest of the game save. So this is the last bit of spraying to be done. The roller's only just made it round the headland, so I'm just going to leave that to run and then end the game. But that's all for this episode. I've got quite a lot done. It's probably going to be a long episode. Sorry to those of you who don't like it, but congratulations to those that do like the long videos. I think in the next episode I'll get that field planted. Well, we need to get stone picked, just the bottom half, and then I'll get it planted. And I haven't decided what to put in there yet, because I do want to do another sugar beet crop, but I haven't really got a suitable field to do it. That one's probably a bit big, seeing as we've got 500,000 litres of sugar beet off the smaller bit. So I'm probably going to get, I don't know, maybe 700,000 litres off it next time. This one's already planted with cotton. Probably should have put sugar beet in here. So I'll probably plant another lot of cotton in there next episode and start working on these other two fields down here. I want to get like a wheat crop or something like that for the pigs. Get another sorghum crop in, I think, as well, to do the flour. Which reminds me, because you are always on this, I haven't activated the sorghum flour. We've only got 9,000 litres, but never mind. It looks as though the flowers are out of water as well, and mushrooms, so I'll have to go and fill that up next. But that's all for this episode. I'll see you in the next one, and I think that soybean field should be ready. We'll see anyway. So thank you for watching. If you give the video a like, I'd really appreciate it. It'd help the channel out, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye for now.